Bonjour à tous, merci beaucoup pour votre présence aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui on va vous parler de Be WaPP. Le nom parle ou pas, mais je pense que pas mal de projets de Be WaPP dont vous avez déjà entendu parler. Par exemple le grand nettoyage de printemps, les poubelles connectées, etc. Mais Alban pourra mieux en parler que moi. Be WaPP a choisi Odoo parce qu'ils voulaient simplifier leur process et donc ils ont choisi TC que je vais présenter rapidement. Donc TC, on est une société partenaire Gold d'Odoo, donc on se charge d'implémenter des projets de A à Z et pour accompagner nos clients. Nos spécialisations au sein de TC, c'est tout ce qui est logistique, compta, web et l'intégration des ventes. Mais voilà, on fait toutes sortes de projets en général. On commence toujours par une phase d'implémentation pour bien comprendre, d'analyse pour bien comprendre tous les besoins de nos clients. Donc c'est ce qu'on a fait avec Be WaPP. On a eu plusieurs workshops pour pouvoir bien comprendre quels étaient leurs besoins. Ensuite, on a essayé de garder l'implémentation au plus proche du standard pour pas trop complexifier. Justement, la plupart de nos clients viennent dans le but de simplifier leur process, donc on veut vraiment pas créer une usine à gaz. Donc il y a eu pas mal de discussions, on a essayé de challenger, etc. les besoins. Évidemment, il y a quand même eu besoin d'un peu de personnalisation parce que voilà, tout projet complexe ne peut pas forcément fitter entièrement avec le standard d'Odoo. Et après, on reste évidemment disponible pour assurer un support tout au long de la vie du projet avec les demandes de fonctionnalités en plus, etc. Je vais donner le mot à Alban maintenant pour qu'il présente réellement et en détail ce que Be WaPP fait.
On peut parler en français ou
en anglais? Putain, j'ai parlé en français.
Ouais. Hello everybody, I am Alban Bouvi. I'm Senior Project Manager in Be WaPP. Be WaPP was founded in 2016. Be WaPP was created by three federations, Fost Plus, Comeos and Fevia. Fost Plus is a federation of companies that package products to the market, Belgian market, and Comeos is a retail and services federation of companies federation, and Fevia is food industry, Belgian food industry federation. So we have several missions, but the goal, the most important goal is to tackle litter and yes, j'ai oublié mon petit texte. Sorry, tu l'as peut-être.
Attends, il doit être.
To tackle litter and illegal dumping, sorry. So our goal is to improve public spaces, raise awareness and support municipalities but also citizens in building a cleaner environment across Wallonia. It's a French part of Belgium. So Be WaPP work with private companies, with three federations of companies and public sector like municipalities, but also Walloon region to improve the living environmental for all. And what do we do in Be WaPP? So several features, as you can see. So Be WaPP strategy is quite comprehensive. Our actions are divided into several themes with a systemic vision of improving public cleanliness. We monitor litter, we engage citizens, we support municipalities and optimize cleaning infrastructure, assist enforcement and run awareness campaigns. Each public cleanliness improvement project is data-driven and community-focused. So our action plan. But I can repeat as I said in last slide, but I think I could to run. So this is the main picture of what we do, what we did after Odoo. So we have we had different tools to manage contacts, but also invoice, purchase orders, and we have we have had a lot of Excel sheets and paper, so it was not efficient. So when I contact TSC team to imagine to implement one-stop shop for each process, intern processes, I think Odoo is really a good ERP to manage our processes like accounting, purchase order, and also invoices, but also projects and tasks, and also contact, because our contact is in our website, CMS, but also in Pinex, it's a tool, external tool, and Ionix system who collect, which centralize our contact from digital tools, and Pinex, it's a public contact. So each APIs work today with Odoo. So with the TSC team, we have had a lot of, not a lot, but some specific improve in ERP Odoo. And TSC team was well, the TSC team understood Be WaPP's needs perfectly. They supported us every step of the way, implementing the various modules that Be WaPP needed in a logical order, training Be WaPP team members, but also providing technical support and listening to our requests for improvements, while remaining as close as possible to Odoo standard features. So we have saved times, we improve our internal processes, and we stay in contact with TSC team to improve several small part of Odoo. So I really thank you to Olivia, Lisa, Arnaud, Mathieu, and Mike for their good job, and they're helping us to improve our processes. Thank you.
I will continue a bit with the details of the project. So as Alban mentioned, we did it in different phases in order to not make a big go live and that the user could adopt Odoo little by little. Concretely, the main functionalities that we implemented into Odoo were the project, the contacts, and really to have a fine budget management. As you know, probably Be WaPP is partly public funded, so they need to have good reporting on how they manage their project budget. So the project, the goal was really to centralize everything. Yearly they have actions that happened, for example, as I mentioned, the Grand Nettoyage de Printemps, where they have every year the project running and they receive the funding therefore. But for these actions they need to do purchases, for example, buy the dust bags and so on. So we need to report all these expenses into the budget to follow up on the budget management. So they also have participants to this action and to follow up on, okay, who do we need to contact this year based on who participated last year. They need to have all the contacts that participate into the project. And then, as Alban mentioned also, they had a lot of different sources of contacts, which was not easy to centralize into Odoo, because sometimes they just had the same name, but a bit differently in the different system, and also those contacts will update regularly, so we need really to have a centralized system, so we created different APIs to be able to receive all the data in real time and not make too many duplicates in the database. So it was really a big problem for Be WaPP before that we tried to tackle as good as possible. And I spoke about it quickly, but Be WaPP has funding that is both public and private, and therefore they cannot purchase anything they want. They need a lot of approval. So basically what we put in place is different approval flows for the purchases. So for example, when it's below 10,000 euro, we only need internal approval. So we have two people that need to validate, so the manager and then the CEO. So we have an approval process in 2 steps. But for orders above 10,000, we also need that 2 external people validate the purchase. So we didn't want to give them full access into Odoo, so we developed a full access via the portal where they can review some documents, see all the documents that justify why this purchase happened, and they can sign easily online on the portal and validate then the purchases that enters into Odoo or linked with the analytical accounting to the project, but also to project phases, because Be WaPP needed to have a different dimension into their budget management. So the goal is really to have the real-time visibility on the budget and make sure that all the expenses are approved. So what makes the project successful is, of course, thanks to the fact that we have received good information about the internal structure and what were the pain points. Then we had to have a really a SPOC, so a single point of contact that was available. That was also the person that helped to make the internal changes to try to convince the team that we were making something maybe too complex, and try to be the person that receive all the information and that can be our internal promoter of Odoo. So that I think is something that went quite well with Alban. He was really the Odoo expert into for Be WaPP, and he could be the first point of contact for the rest of the company. And it was easier to manage one person than all the users of Be WaPP. And yeah, we really now have centralized communication into Odoo. And I think all these elements helped Be WaPP to reduce confusion and improve adoption across all the companies. So Be WaPP is now exploring new integration and reporting because, again, it's really something really important for them. So with Odoo, they are not only managing their operation, but they are really shaping a cleaner and more connected future for Wallonia. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
And if you have any question, don't... yeah.
J'entends pas les questions. Il y a une question là, mais...
We don't hear...
okay.
You can scan the QR code, it will be easier.
Thank you very much for the great presentation. So yeah, do not hesitate to scan the QR code over there to drop your questions. So for now, we do not have any question, but maybe first, my question is, what is the biggest challenges that you face during this implementation?
To engage all members team of Be WaPP.
The change management.
Because yes, change management. The top management was very positive, but the other people not very they didn't know Odoo and they didn't use before
totally
Odoo.
new. Yeah,
So
totally.
it was a challenge to implement Odoo just for this.
Yeah, they all had their own Excels, and so they were used to things, but nothing was centralized. So sometimes they just wanted to replicate, but as everyone has its own Excel, it was difficult to find really one way that could work for every project, because the projects are quite varied also in Be WaPP.
That's why we have needs 1 year to implement it, all modules of Odoo.
Okay. Great. The following question: what are the next application that you might be interested in for the future?
Good question. There are a lot of tools in Odoo, so maybe to evaluate.
Evaluation in the HR.
Evaluation, but also e-learning, perhaps. The sky is not the limit.
Yeah. Sure. How long did the project take by module?
I think the most difficult was the first phase, because it was really to analyze and make sure that we go in the good direction. As we said, it's the whole budget management with analytical accounting and so on need to be defined really well. So the first ones, I would say it's a batch, but it took maybe 3-4 months or something like this. But
correct.
after that, we did smaller apps that were easier to implement. For example, the leaves or the expenses. And yeah, accounting is always a big
challenge.
A big challenge.
It's a big challenge.
So,
yes.
but the small apps, it could go quite fast, maybe 1 month. So yeah.
Okay, great. The following subject is about the customization. Is there any customization inside the database, and for which application?
Yes, so we mentioned the contacts. So we had to create really new apps to integrate all the data from Pinex. So that is a public platform that receive all the data about the people from the institutions, I would say, and so on. So here we had to connect it. We also, like the analytical accounting was not sufficient for Be WaPP, because they didn't only want to do analytical accounting about the project, but wanted to go really into different phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 of the project. So we also customized this and be able to attach budgets for every line of every phase. And of course the whole validation system that's for the signature for the purchase order was not enough developed into Odoo for the needs of Be WaPP. So the whole portal, because we don't want external to necessarily have access into the whole database, so it was really to be able to have an external access.
Okay, great. I think it's done for me. We cover all the questions, so thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank
and
you.
enjoy the lunch. Thank you.
Thank you.